Testing. 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 Okay. Okay, looks like the stream is working. Why is 123D loading? Okay, no, close. Decide later. Okay, so now I can do change some. Zero watching. Okay. So now I need to do dashboard, dashcon, view channel. Oh, it's at the. A. Okay, not sure there's anyone watching. Got it live. Okay, we got 2 watching. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to be doing some designs for dual extruder prints right now. Fusion's lagging out a bit. So I'm going to create a sketch. If it will load. I'm going to put it on the bottom plane. Okay, updating graphics. Don't know why it needs to do that. Oh, I might need to close some of these out. Sorry about that not working. Okay, let's see if it will let me make a circle. You click C. I'm going to make it about 80 millimeters in diameter. I'm going to make the center diameter 70. Going to extrude this profile to 100. Going to create a sketch on the front plane. Going to draw a construction line down the middle of it, and then at the midway create another construction line. So that's the exact middle point. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going to make a 3-point arc. I'm going to have it go, going to make it not a construction line. Then going to dimension this arc a radius of, just copy that number, and I'll create another 3-point arc. Wonder if it will let me. Nope. Okay, so then I'll just dimension that. So they're hopefully the same. So I'm going to have this curve sort of thing cutting through this shape. I'm going to create a rectangular pattern. I'm going to select these. I'm going to hide the body. I'm going to collect that one and that one. So then you see how they're all together. So if that is the top of the body, I'm going to make another one. Okay. All symmetric in both directions. That maybe 11's a bit much. I'll bring it down to 9. So then I have all these sort of lines slash arcs. Hello to anyone that's watching. So then I'm going to stop sketch. I'm going to use the split body command. This is the body, then I'm going to split. And this is the splitting tool. So it cuts that arc. So now we have 2 bodies. Just do an appearance to this. So I can change the color of it. Oh my god. I'll just close out Kura. Hopefully that will help it. Okay, so I'm going to do gonna get some color recommendations in the live chat. If anyone's going to do that. Not seeing any. Okay, I'll choose a metal flake. Do metal flake green. Whoa, nope. Nope, not a good color. Delete. Oops. Go to appearance. Need to first do, I'll just do leather and cloth. I'll choose a leather. Nah. Just go to plastic, opaque, give it a glossy blue, remove, we'll delete, oops, delete, nope, delete, delete, delete. Don't want that sketch, but I still want this sketch. So then, I'll be using the split body tool a lot, so I'll put it up at the front. So now, this, I'll probably just keep the appearance tab open. I'll be using it a lot. Oh, closes itself. Okay, and I'll split there again. By now you might be able to get the standard idea of what I'm doing. This gets pretty tedious having to change it back and forth. If I can move that over there. Nope, still closes. Okay. So then we left off at, we'll start cutting there. So it slowly increases the number, sort of, parts. It splits it in half. And we'll do another split body. There, cutting it right through the side. We'll do appearance. Okay, we'll just move it back to that side because that's where it normally is. We'll do another split body. We'll just keep on doing this. Whoa, don't want that. Want to split that. Splits it there again. And the final split. So then I'll just bring up the appearance tab. So we'll choose remove. Looks like I've been only coloring the faces. That is fully colored. So I'm going to remove what it seems to be almost every other sketch. Oh, I forgot to do the last split body right there. So, so then I have these pieces, which this one is colored. It falls right in the lines, except right here. I'll turn off this sketch. This one, need to hide. This one, need to hide. I'm stuck with some missing on that side. Temporarily turn on the sketch again. So that one hide, that one show. Need to figure out which one's there. Okay, there. Then flip this over to the other side. Need to figure out which one's also there. Okay, and then here, maybe that one. Yeah. So then these are the ones that we're going to keep the same color, just like this. So we're going to go down the list, turning them on and off. Some of them have already been turned to blue. We'll just pull blue, remove, remove. So then we're left with this part of thing of blue. One of the problems that I've had whenever I'm slicing it is that sometimes Cura, the program that I use, doesn't always want the bodies to fully match up. Doesn't really let it. So what I found helps is if just hide that one, create a sketch on this plane, which lands, no, in the middle of these two, is create a very small rectangle, and then make another one there. Don't really need to dimension it, but I'm just gonna make sure it's small enough that the printer won't pick it up. We'll do 0.05. Want to stop sketch. You can see it's super hard to even see it. Going to extrude it out that way and turn off that sketch, that body. So we're left with this here. Then we're going to turn that sketch back on, and then trying to get to the other side of it. We're going to make a hole right through it. We're left with that opening. We're going to nope, that one, and then we're going to do two sides. Want to do a little bit here, bring that, and then that one. Going to new body just for ease of simplicity. What about I'm just going to go back to this to see 0.85. I can go, this side is, make it 0.85. Move it in there. We're at 0.85, then I'll turn off that body. We'll make it join. So then those two parts will theoretically lock. Gotta hide that body, and then those two. So we're left with this. So when you're bringing it in, just going to export it all straight directly to Cura so it can load up. It does take some time for the exporting. So it will make it all in one body, and then Cura has a handy tool to make it all one model for dual extrusion purposes, and also making it so it reacts as one whole model. Looks like it's opened, so then it will import it as this. So right here you can tell is the little part that we made won't even get picked up. So when we open up the gray parts and then do the exact same thing, we'll put it right into Cura. So then you can select both of them, then do dual extrusion merge. The reason why this helps is that the little tab, wherever it is, right here, it helps it know exactly where the two should merge. So then dual extrusion parts do take a lot longer. Like this is on high detail, it will take 10 hours. It's handy, it tells you which sides to do both of them at. And I think one of the coolest parts is just looking at the slicing for it, and how you can see how it starts out as these different parts and sort of just moves from like forward and backwards. I already have a similar version of this one up on my My Mini Factory page. Yeah, so I called it the Funky Cylinder. I made this a while ago just to test my dual extruder. So I'm just replying to Audacity, making a dual extruded cylinder. So, give me a recommendation of something else I should make, because I don't really have any ideas right now. One thing that I have been doing a lot recently is making keychains. Those are really fun to make. So the first step is whatever superhero. I'm going to go with Superman because it's super duper easy. Just want to do logo, so that will specify it's not like an image of like Superman actually flying. And the best ones are something like this, where it's just a plain 2-color image. I'm going to save the image. Usually wants to make it a 2-color image or JPEG. So I'm going to open up, just make sure you have the right one. Then you want to do JPEG to SVG. There's this one super great website that I found where it's called image.onlineconverter.com, and I've used it a couple of times already. It's super easy. So that's called access default to, so then go. It might already be in your quick access folder. Just click convert. Takes a couple seconds for something simple like that. It gives you an SVG. Sometimes this takes a couple of tries. I'm just going to create a new document, create a sketch. Doesn't really matter the plane. Make it an SVG. I'm going to go to quick access. Nope, it's not there. So it'd be in the downloads. Just have to type it in. Okay, let's see. Default to SVG. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up, and this greets us. It is a little bit large. Just wanna bring it in. Going to do a flip, so it's in the right orientation. What I do is I like my keychains to be about 50 millimeters in max in any direction. So it's going to bring it over. It tells you these measurements that are nice and handy, so I'm going to scale it till it is close to 50 in any single direction. Something like this. I'm just zoom in. Take some time to process it for some reason. So I'll just make an base extrude to make the base. Sometimes it leaves these sort of artifacts from the converting process. Just extrude it up to 2 millimeters. So you can notice on the side there are all these sort of lines, which is sort of an artifact from the process of converting the SVGs to the actual document. So I'm just going to flip the way that I've done the extrude. Click OK. So then for this, I'm going to choose only these lines, not the super inner ones. I'm going to extrude them to 2, which will give you a 4 millimeter thick keychain. So that is the bulk of the work done. Now the next step is to give it a hole. What I like to do is take a 3-point arc and then just find what seems to be a good size, or sometimes I also like to do a 2-point circle. Gives us that, then we'll just put a line through it. Click T for trim and just trim it down. It will give you some of these errors because it sort of does destroy some of the constraints. You want a thick keychain, so you're going to put it in at -2. So depending on what color you want the keychain surface to look like, you can either put it below 2 millimeters or above 2 millimeters to make that. So you want to bring it down 4. What I've seen you can do is then do something where you want it lower, then you can do 2 sides at the same time. So then, will it work? Nope. Okay, let's try that again. You bring one down to 4 and do 2 sides. Make it red. Click OK. So we're left with that ring on it, which is I found is a good size for keychains. Next step is the logo is normally I've made a bunch of these, so it is red on yellow. So then just take the plastic glossy red, select the faces, because we want to attach it to faces. And that's the red part of it. You could put it on all the inside surfaces, but that would take so long just to do it. And then take the yellow, put it in all the main gaps. And this will be a good illustration of just how to do it. So the same principle applies for making, I've made a bunch of these lately. So first started out with a Batman one. I thought about making one. Then I went to a Captain America, which is a little bit harder because it has 3 colors, or it uses the similar principle to the one on the Superman, where it is a different, so you can pause the print and change the filament at that layer. But if you just scroll down, not that good at file sorting. Right here, it's got 3 colors, so it's at 3 different heights that it's pausing at. And then Superman, I did a Green Lantern one, a Deadpool, and shield symbol, nuclear. I did a Flash one, a Wonder Woman, a YouTube play button, an Overwatch symbol, and then a Star Wars one, Twitter, Beats, and then I have like an USB icon, a download email icon, more things like that. They're all up on my My Mini Factory page, so I will leave that in the description of this. That's the YouTube live stream. Go straight to my My Mini Factory page. For some reason, it always opens on that icon. I'm going to go to my public profile. So these are some photos of them. I was talking about the USB one, the mail, then the mailbox keychain, and it's got Twitter, Beats, Star Wars, Flash, you know, a bunch of superheroes. And go to page 2. This is what the printed version of what we designed should look like when it's fully finished printing, but it does take overnight. It is an overnight print. So then I'll just put the funky cylinder link into the description. If that helps anyone. So, thanks for watching, and I'm going to end the stream now.